We stand today to defend the lands held holy by Indigenous people. If we desire to exist, we must continue to defend the sacred and liberate Mother Earth. Thank you.
Protect sacred sites!
Defend human rights!
Protect sacred sites!
Defend human rights!
No desecration!
Or recreation!
No desecration!
Or recreation!
Please, 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 out of urgency, for our ancestors, for those that haven't even come yet, who haven't drawn breath, little Lolita right there. We're doing this for her so she can play up on that mountain, to understand that this is sacred, that this is beautiful, this is Nizhonye, Hojo. We walk it, we breathe it, we live it.
There's something that brings us here at the base of this holy site, something that has brought our ancestors, 13 indigenous nations, together to recognize the power of this mountain. I cannot call myself a mountain protector. I have to earn it. Because this struggle is not over until what?
Our people are over!
Until our culture and our lives are over. Because this mountain cares for us. That's what it represents. We don't just go onto this mountain for no reason at all. We make an offering. We have that understanding. For some reason, we have to keep repeating ourselves. Snowbowl doesn't drive the economy here. We do. So we have, this is actually the contract for Arizona Snowbowl that was, as Vaughn mentioned earlier, in 2014 was renewed administratively. So we were shut out of this process. Our voices, our people, our input. There was no consultation. There was no free, prior, informed consent as established by the UN Declaration of Rights of Indigenous People. So if the City Council does not have the spine to tear this up, is anybody here willing to help me? All right, let's see it.
Get in there, people! Tear it apart! End the contract! End the contract! End the contract! End the contract!
We can recycle too, right? Let's keep that recycling to make sure we're sustaining our communities too. But
and we're in an environment where collectively the medicine that's brought together, the same type of medicine that you'd get from Doko Sleep or San Francisco Peaks, is needed more now than ever. It's needed now more than ever because, as we can tell very clearly in society, we're losing what it means to be human. Now, of course, there's been really atrocities made in humanity ever since centuries ago. When we talk about this mountain as well as all the other mountains, be it places like Oak Flat or Modoc for the O'odham people, or Shushja for the many tribes who call the Bear's Ears a relative. There are many places who we commune with, who make us who we are. And we need them to make sense of ourselves, to endure the lack of humanity, to make us whole, to keep us whole. As Indigenous peoples, our identity, who we are, is inextricably tied to place. And we know this consistent with our creation stories. Whether we're Hopi, whether we're Havasupai, whether we're from the Pueblo of Jemez, or whether you're a Ute, there's one particular place in this world where we call home. And it's entirely rooted in certain places, in certain relatives like Doko Sleep. So, when I was listening to Klee, and he's talking about the health and welfare of our people means it doesn't end at just the human people. It includes these other than human people, inclusive of the mountain, inclusive of water people, air people, They all have names no different than you and I. So to begin to articulate a narrative that expands relations beyond humans, beyond all of us, is a standing order. And when we begin to change that narrative, we begin to inspire people to not only see things differently, but to perform differently.
Semua pagi ini, dia gini, kudo be se me in ko o in tada in dia in ping. To ko osli kinakawa in the vato kuya kinakawa hoping kinakawa haring on kanya. There's this mountain that we refer to as Doko Osli, this mountain that we've referred to as Novato Koyobi. This, to our people, is a sacred mountain. It's a magic mountain. We're a desert people. To us, this is not just a saying. This is a paradigm of life, that water is life. Every drop of water, in fact, our proverb says that with one drop of water, the entire universe is renewed. We all, I say, need to be careful about the way that we use it, the way that we respect it, because all of us really are on this grid. We're all part of the problem of, as consumers of water, consumers of electricity. But what's taking place up here is fighting against our paradigm. You see, when you're making snow upon a mountain, really what are you saying to the spirit world? You're telling them that we no longer need your help. We no longer need your assistance. And now look what's happening. As soon as they started making water on or this artificial snow on the mountain, the first thing that happened, there was an earthquake on the mountain. And now we're living in a season where we don't see rains. And we shouldn't be surprised at that, because the way that we think and the way that we talk and the way that we live is all reflection to the spirit world about how we should be rewarded in our life sustenance. Precious water, that truth is truth and justice is justice. To many people, maybe this seems like a very small thing, you know, a business thing about water, but you need to understand that this follows a long line of tragedy that's taken place upon our people over the last 100 years. We're just a few miles from what was the world's largest strip mining operation in the entire world. And between the years of 1970 and 2005, the Hopi tribe was given 3.3% of the market value of coal, and we were paid $1.67 for every 364,000 gallons of water to be sent some 400 miles off to the Mojave generating station to provide water and electricity for the Imperial Valley of California, communities in southern Arizona, and the excesses of the Las Vegas Strip. Many people on Navajo Nation don't have running water. Many people on Navajo Nation are struggling with the 500 open pit uranium mines that still exist on Navajo Nation. Out on the Hopi Reservation, many of us don't have running water in our homes. Those of us that do have running water in our homes, probably only a third of us can drink it because of arsenic contamination. We've heard about the water situation in Flint, Michigan. We've heard about the national catastrophe of Standing Rock, but I say that there's 500 Standing Rocks, and we're actually standing upon one of them right now. So I also echo the cry for justice, and it is a cry. It's a cry out to the consciousness of everyone around us, to the government, to the city, and even to us ourselves, you know, that we would all come to a conscious place of understanding what life is really all about. And if you'll bear with me, I would like to just say a prayer for all of us, and again, just want to thank you for coming.
Something that we need to continue to fight for, especially in the age of Trump. We've got to fight back.
natural genocide.
Trespassing on our own land, but the reality is this is occupied stolen land. We're not trespassers, they are! What we do to the mountain, we do to ourselves. It's not something that we say philosophically, poetically, artistically. It's how some of us live our lives. Our lives. We didn't have a choice to be born on the front line. Talk to a lot of our relatives on the street. They face that police violence. They face that threat. My dad, George Benali, says they even make the night illegal. I asked him, well, what do you mean by that? They think they can own the night. I said, what do you mean by that? He said, oh, because you need to have money to go to sleep. You need to have money to rest your head down on another earth, our home. Something's broken.